Sweetness doesn't begin in the kitchen. It begins in the earth. Sugar, something we use every day, is the result of an extraordinary journey, from fields of tall, rustling sugarcane to delicate crystals on your table. The story of sugar is one of patience, knowledge, and the mysteries of nature. This is the story of how nature, time, and hands bring sweetness to life. To grow sugar, the land must first be chosen with care. Not every field is fit for this demanding crop. Sugarcane flourishes in beds of loamy sand, alluvial plains, or the iron-rich embrace of red basalt soil. The process begins with preparation, a ritual as old as agriculture itself. The ground is cleared of weeds and stones, then turned over and loosened beneath the sun. Farmers shape the soil into neat, parallel rows, each one ready to cradle the beginnings of a new crop. This preparation is both science and tradition, a blend of observation and inherited wisdom, all to ensure that the earth can give its best. Sugarcane is not grown from tiny seeds, but from cuttings, sections of mature cane, each brimming with life. These stalks are cut carefully, their squoze, the buds that will send out new shoots, facing upward. Each cutting is laid gently into the prepared furrows, spaced for the best growth, and covered with a blanket of soil. From these humble stalks, entire fields will arise. As days pass, watered by rain or the attentive hand of the farmer, tiny green shoots break through the surface. They stretch toward the sun, growing taller and thicker with every passing week. This is the promise of a future harvest, already written in the language of roots and leaves. The journey from sprout to towering cane is not a simple one. Sugarcane is a thirsty crop, needing regular watering, especially in the hot, dry months. In some places, intricate irrigation systems deliver streams of life-giving water to every row. Elsewhere, farmers rise early to water by hand, checking each plant and feeling the soil. The cane also draws strength from the earth itself. Farmers enrich the soil with compost, minerals, and careful fertilization, blending modern science with practices passed down through generations. Sometimes they walk the rows and touch the leaves, looking for signs of hunger or distress. These are moments when the farmer's relationship with the land becomes clear. A partnership built on respect, hard work, and hope. But nature is never passive. Pests and disease inevitably arrive, tiny invaders that threaten the crop. Instead of reaching for chemicals, many farmers turn to balance and biology. They inspect leaves for signs of trouble, using organic treatments and natural predators to keep the ecosystem healthy. Ladybugs, birds, and beneficial insects all play their roles. It is a dance between risk and resilience, a quiet battle fought in the shade of the cane. After 10 to 12 months, the sugarcane stands tall and proud, their stalks thick with juice, and their leaves rustling in the wind. Now, the sweetness is at its peak. The harvest begins, not with vast machines, but with blades, hands, and rhythm. Skilled workers cut through the cane with swift, practiced motions, bundling the stalks and carrying them out of the field. Each cut is deliberate, each bundle a measure of the season's success. Trucks and carts carry the heavy harvest away, heading toward the place where transformation awaits. At the factory, the journey continues. Each stalk is washed, removing the dust and grit of the fields. Conveyors carry the cane forward, where it is chopped into smaller pieces, ready for the next stage. The transformation from plant to sweetness is about to begin in earnest. Massive rollers crush the cut cane, squeezing every drop of golden juice from the fibrous stalks. This juice is the lifeblood of the process, rich with sugar and flavor. The dry, leftover fiber, the bagasse, is not wasted. It is burned to provide energy for the plant, or returned to the fields to enrich the soil, closing the circle of growth and renewal. The raw juice is cloudy and impure, so it must be clarified. Lime is added, causing unwanted particles to rise or settle. The juice is gently heated, and impurities are skimmed away, leaving a clearer, more refined liquid behind. What remains is clean, concentrated, and ready for the next transformation. Boiling begins. The juice is heated in large vats, and as the water evaporates, the juice thickens into syrup. Steam rises, filling the air with a sweet, grassy fragrance, the essence of the cane itself. This syrup is rich, golden, and almost ready to become sugar as we know it. The thick syrup is then transferred to vacuum pans, where the pressure is lowered to allow boiling at lower temperatures. Here, crystals begin to form, tiny structures that grow and multiply, reflecting time, heat, and care. It is a delicate process, watched over by experienced hands. Once crystallized, the mixture, called masequite, is spun at high speed in centrifuges. The spinning separates the crystals from the remaining liquid molasses. What emerges is raw sugar, coarse, golden, and nearly ready for use. If white sugar is desired, the raw crystals are dissolved and filtered once more. They are crystallized a second time, emerging even purer and whiter. This is the sugar most of us recognize, clean, sparkling, and ready for the kitchen. Finally, the sugar is dried, falling like snow through the air. It is packed into bags or boxes, labeled and prepared for its journey around the world. From here, it travels to kitchens, bakeries, and homes, ready to sweeten drinks, flavor desserts, and become part of daily life. Behind every sweet taste is a long, patient path. A plant that stood in rain, wind, and sun. A farmer who woke before dawn, and a planet that gives, again and again. Let us never forget where sweetness truly comes from the earth, with gratitude.